today's video, we will see how we can use Lookup, Vlookup, Hlookup and Xlookup. We will discuss all type of lookups in very detail. The very first thing we are going to see is Lookup. This is a sales data with employee ID, name, region, invoice number, date and so on. On the right hand side, we have got employee number and name. We have to extract the name as per employee ID. I'll copy an employee ID from here and will paste. So I want employee name against employee ID. We are going to use lookup over here. So our formula will be plus or equal to lookup bracket open. We see two type of lookup over here, one on top and one in bottom. First we are going to see the second one. So over here we need to provide lookup value. So our lookup value over here will be employee ID. Means on what criteria we are going to search will be our lookup value. So we are going to search as per employee ID. So it will be our lookup value. Second thing we are going to provide is array, means our data. So we have taken employee ID as lookup. So we will select from employee ID, and as an output we want name. So we will just select two things, employee ID and name as our array. We will close the bracket and will hit enter. So we got the name of the employee. When we will change the employee ID, the name will also change. One thing to note over here, lookup will take value from the last column. So when we provided table array over here, we had just selected two columns, employee ID and name. In case we will select more columns, the result will be totally different. Let's see once again. Plus or equal to lookup bracket open, lookup value, employee ID will be our lookup value, comma, array. If we will select total data, it will provide the value from the last column. We will close the bracket and we will hit enter. So we haven't got name over here because it's taking the data from the last column, employee number 108. So lookup has selected sales target instead of name. So just remember, while you are using lookup, never select the whole data. Let me delete this. Plus or equal to lookup bracket open, lookup value, comma, array. We will select two things. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got the name over here. Let's see the second example. I'll copy this and we'll paste over here. Earlier our output was name. This time we want region. Plus or equal to lookup bracket open, lookup value, employee ID will be our lookup value, comma, array. We will select from employee ID till region. As I told earlier, it will be taking data from the last column. So it will take data from this column, means column of region. Now we will close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Let's see the third example. Plus or equal to lookup bracket open, lookup value will be our employee ID, comma, lookup array. We will select from employee ID till sales. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And this is the sales what we got. Let's cross check it. 375129. Let's do it round figure. 375129. Perfect. Let's see the next example. Sales target plus or equal to lookup value, employee ID will be our lookup value, comma, we will select the whole table, means it will be our array. We will select till sales target. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got our sales target. In next example, we want name and region. So here the question comes. We will have to insert Vlookup twice, or just by dragging it will do the work. Let's see. Plus or equal to lookup value will be our employee ID. Let's freeze this by pressing function F4, comma, array. We will select employee ID and name as it's going to pick the data from the last column. So our array is B to C. Let's lock B also. Let's insert dollar just before B. Close the bracket and hit enter. So we got the name over here. Let's drag this and we got region over here. Let's do the same thing for all these. Plus or equal to lookup, bracket open, lookup value will be our employee ID. Let's freeze this by pressing function F4, comma. As we want name over here against employee ID, so we will just select two things, employee ID and name. We'll freeze B, means we will insert dollar just before B. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got the name over here. Now let's drag this till end. And all our data over here is perfect. One thing to note over here, I'll take some employee ID and will shift it upwards. Name of employee ID 108 is Cameron. But over here, we can see the name of John. Means the data, what we are getting over here is wrong. So why we are not getting the proper value? We are not getting the proper value because in table array, first values should be in ascending order. Otherwise, it will take the last value as result. So when I shifted the values up, it's not in ascending order now. Let's do in ascending order. Control Z or Command Z. Now it's in ascending order and we got the proper value. Employee 108 is Dylan and we got the name as Dylan over here. So this is how lookup works. Let's see second type of lookup. Employee ID. I'll take an employee ID from here and will paste it. Name plus or equal to lookup, bracket open. This time we are going to see the first lookup. What's in top? So lookup value. Employee ID will be our lookup value, comma. Over here we have to provide lookup vector. So what is lookup vector? Lookup vector is the place or column where our lookup value exists. So our lookup value exists over here in employee ID. So I have selected this, comma, result vector. So what we want as result? We want name as result. So we will select column of name. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got the name against employee ID. Let's see the second example. Plus or equal to lookup, bracket open, lookup value. Employee ID will be our lookup value, comma. We have to provide lookup vector. So where employee ID exists? Over here. So this will be our lookup vector, comma. What we want as result? We want region as result. So our result vector will be region. So we have selected just two columns, lookup vector and result vector. We will close the bracket and will hit enter. Let's see the third example. We want sales over here against employee ID. Plus or equal to lookup, bracket open, lookup value. Employee ID will be our lookup value, comma, lookup vector. All the employee IDs will be our lookup vector, comma, result vector. What we want as result? We want sales as result. So all the sales will be our result vector. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got the sales. In next example, we want name against invoice number. Let's pick one invoice number from here. Name plus or equal to lookup, lookup value. This time invoice number will be our lookup value, comma, lookup vector. So all the invoice numbers will be our lookup vector this time, comma, result vector. What we want as result? We want name. So all the names will be our result vector. Let's close the bracket and hit enter. So we got name against invoice number. One thing you might have noticed, over here, we can take lookup vector in right side and result vector in left side and vice versa. Means we can go from left to right or right to left. In both the cases, lookup will work very properly. In next example, we will take one thing from left and one thing from right. Let's see how it works. Let's copy this invoice number and paste over here. Name plus or equal to lookup, bracket open, lookup value. Invoice number will be our lookup value, comma, lookup vector. So all the invoice numbers will be our lookup vector, comma. Result vector, we want name over here, so all the names will be our result vector. Close the bracket and hit enter. But before hitting enter, just see one thing, we are going left side in this case. Now I'll hit enter and we got the name. For sales, we will have to go to right side, plus or equal to lookup, bracket open, lookup value, invoice number will be our lookup value, comma, lookup vector. So all the invoice numbers will be our lookup vector, comma, result vector. We want sales as result vector. So we will select all the sales, close the bracket and hit enter. So we got the sales over here. Let's change invoice number. Let's do it 333 and see how name and sales changes. It got changed. Now let's see the last example of lookup, plus or equal to lookup, bracket open, lookup value. Employee ID will be our lookup value. Let's log the cell, function F4, comma, lookup vector. All the employee IDs will be our lookup vector. Let's put dollar before B, means first B, comma. Now we have to provide lookup vector. So we will click on name because name is first thing over here. Let's close the bracket and hit enter. Now let's drag this to right. And we got all the items over here through lookup. One thing to note over here, in table array, the first values should be in ascending order. Otherwise, it will take the last value as result. Same what we had seen earlier in the first example. Now let's move to Vlookup. We will see couple of examples over here. Vlookup is different from lookup as we have to provide column number over here. So what is the column number? Let's see. This is our employee ID and we want details against employee ID. So employee ID will be our column number 1. I'll put number 1 over here and we'll drag this till end. So we have got total 9 columns over here. Employee ID is our column 1. Name is in column number 2. Let's put one employee ID over here. Name. So our function or formula of Vlookup will be plus or equal to Vlookup, bracket open, lookup value. Employee ID will be our lookup value because we want name against employee ID, comma. One thing to note over here, employee ID is in column number 1. So whatever will be your lookup value should be in column 1. Otherwise, Vlookup is not going to work. Table array. So for table array, we will have to select from employee ID. And this time, we are going to select the table or data or array till end. Now, we will put comma. Here the catch is, it needs column index number. So we will have to see name is in which column. So name is in column number 2. 1, 2. So we will put 2 over here, comma. Here are two things, approximate match and exact match. For approximate match, we can put true, and for exact match, we can put false. Even if we will put 1, it will be approximate match, and if we will put 0, it will be exact match. So we will put 0, we will close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got the name against employee ID. Let's see the second example. Plus or equal to Vlookup, bracket open, lookup value. Employee ID will be our lookup value, comma, table array. So employee ID is in column number 1. So we will select from here till end. This time we want region. So we will see region is in which column. 1, 2, 3. So region is in column number 3. So we will put comma 3, comma 0 for exact match. We will close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got name of region against employee ID. Let's see our next example. This time we will insert Vlookup just over here and we'll drag it till right. And let's see what result we are going to get. Plus or equal to Vlookup, bracket open, lookup value. Employee ID will be our lookup value. We will log the cells by pressing function F4, comma, table array. We will select our whole data. We will log the cells, function F4, comma. We have to provide column index number of name. So it's in column number 2. So we will type 2 over here, comma 0 for exact match. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now let's drag till end and see what result we are going to get. So the result what we are getting is name and not the region. Means we haven't got proper result. So why haven't we got the proper result? Because we haven't changed the column number. So here the column number will be 3. Here the column number will be 4. Here the column number will be 5. Date is not proper. We will right click the mouse, format cells. We will take this up. We'll go to date and we'll select a desired date format and we'll do OK. So we got the date over here. So this was column number 5. This is column number 6, column number 7, and this is column number 8. So we got all the results properly. Now let's see one more example. This time we are not going to use employee ID as lookup value. We will take name as lookup value. I'll copy this, Control C or Command C, and we'll paste over here. Name. I'll come to the left hand side and we'll select a name, Control C or Command C, and we'll paste over here. This time we are going to take name as lookup value. So our column number will not start from here. Means it will not start from employee ID. I'll delete this. It will start from name this time because we are going to take name as lookup value. If you are going to take invoice number as lookup value, in that case your column number will start from here. Now I'll drag this, fill series. Our name is over here, region, plus or equal to Vlookup, bracket open, lookup value. Name will be our lookup value, comma. Let's freeze this by pressing function F4, comma. Table array. As I told earlier, this time we are going to select from here, from name, not from the employee ID. We will select till end. Let's freeze our data by pressing function F4, comma. Region. Region is in column number 2. So we will put 2 over here. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got name of region. Now let's drag this till end. And we are not getting the proper result. So what we will have to do? We will have to change the column numbers. Invoice number is in column number 3. So we will have to put 3 over here. Date is in column number 4. So we will have to put 4 over here. We will right click the mouse, format cells. We'll take this up. We'll go to date and we'll select a desired date format and we'll do OK. Items are in column number 5. So we will remove 2 from here and we'll put 5. Enter. Quantity, it's in column number 6. So we will put 6. Enter. Sales, it's in column number 7. So we will put 7 over here and we'll hit enter. And we got the proper result. So this is how Vlookup works. One thing to remember, Vlookup means vertical lookup. So it will work vertically. Now let's move to Hlookup. So what is Hlookup? Hlookup is horizontal lookup. It will work horizontally and not vertically. In Vlookup, my data was vertical, but in Hlookup, my data is horizontal. Let's see how it works. Employee ID. I'll copy an employee ID from here and we'll paste. We'll paste over here. Now let's see how it works. Plus or equal to Hlookup, bracket open, lookup value. So earlier we were taking from left. This time we will take from top, comma. Table array. One thing you might have noticed, I was taking table array in previous examples from top, but this time we can't take from top. We will have to select proper data, otherwise we will not get the desired result. So this is our table array, comma. Now we have to provide row index number. In Vlookup, we had provided column number, but over here we have to provide row number. So name is in row number 2, 1, 2. So we will put 2 over here. Rest things are optional, so we will close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got the name. So this will be number 1 row. I'll drag this down. Fill series. We'll take all the things in center. Let's see this once again. Plus or equal to Hlookup, bracket open, lookup value, employee ID will be our lookup value, comma, table array. Let's select from top this time and see what result we are going to get. Comma, row index number is 2, so I'll put 2 over here. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got an error. So we can't select the data from top in case of Hlookup. We will have to select exact data, plus or equal to Hlookup, bracket open, lookup value will be our employee ID, comma, table array, we will select our data, comma, row number or row index number, name is in row number 2, so we will put 2 over here, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now let's see the second example, plus or equal to Hlookup, bracket open, lookup value, we will select our lookup value, means employee ID is our lookup value over here. We'll press function F4 and we'll lock our cells, comma, table array, we will select the whole data, we'll freeze our data by pressing function F4, comma, name is in column number 2, so we will put 2 over here, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now let's drag this down and we are getting names, means we will have to change row index number over here. So the region is in row number 3, so we will remove 2 and we'll put 3 over here and we'll hit enter. We got the region. Sales is in column number 8, so we will go to formula bar, we'll remove 2 and we'll put 8 over here and we'll hit enter, and we got sales over here against employee ID 104. So this is how Hlookup works. Let's see the last example of Hlookup. This time we are going to take lookup value as name. I'll delete this. As we are going to take name as lookup value, our row number will start from name and not from employee ID. I'll drag this down. Fill series. So over here we want sales against name. I'll select a name from here and we'll paste it. Plus or equal to Hlookup, bracket open, lookup value, name will be our lookup value, comma, table array, we will select from here and not from top, comma, row index number, we want sales, so we will have to see the row number of sales. So sales is in row number 7, we will put 7 over here, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got sales against the name, Alexander. It's 98638, 98638. Perfect. So this is how Hlookup works. Now let's move to Xlookup. Employee ID. I'll copy one employee ID from here and we'll paste. Name plus or equal to Xlookup, bracket open, lookup value. Employee ID will be our lookup value. The most interesting part of Xlookup, you can choose your lookup value and you can take array or lookup array either from left or right and it will work amazingly. So we have selected employee ID. Let me delete this and let me insert the formula once again. Plus or equal to Xlookup, bracket open, lookup value, employee ID, comma, lookup array. So where we have to look employee ID? Over here. So we have selected this from top. Comma. What we want as return? We want name as return. So we will click over here. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got the name. Let's see the second example. Plus or equal to Xlookup, bracket open, lookup value, employee ID will be our lookup value, comma, lookup array, where we have to look this employee ID in all the employee IDs. Means our lookup array will be all the employees ID, comma, return array. What we want in return? We want region in return. So we will have to select all the regions. We'll have to close the bracket, we'll hit enter. And we got the region against employee ID. This time we will take invoice number as our lookup value. Let's copy one invoice number and paste over here. Name plus or equal to Xlookup, bracket open, lookup value. This time our invoice number will be lookup value, comma, lookup array. As invoice number is lookup value, so lookup array will be all the invoice numbers, comma, return array. What we want in return? We want name in return. So we will select all the names. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got the name. Now let's take name as lookup value and find out the reason. Plus or equal to Xlookup, lookup value, we will select name as our lookup value, comma, lookup array. So as we have taken lookup value as name, our lookup array will be all the names, comma, return array. What we want in return? We want region as return. So we will select region, means all the regions. We'll close the bracket and hit enter. And we got name of the region against name. Let's change invoice number from here. Let's put 333, hit enter, and all the things got changed, means name got changed as well as region got changed. Employee ID. We want employee ID against name or invoice number. Let's take name once again. Plus or equal to Xlookup, bracket open, lookup value. Lookup value will be our name, comma, lookup array. We will have to select all the names as lookup array, comma, return array. What we want? We want employee ID as return array. So we will have to select all employee IDs. We'll have to close the bracket and we'll have to hit enter. And we got employee ID against name. Let's change invoice number from here, 344, and all the things got changed. In the same way, we can find out data for date, items, quantity and sales. So this is how Lookup, Vlookup, Hlookup and Xlookup works. I'll provide link of practice file in description box. In case you want to download, you can. I'm sure you must have loved the video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you soon with a new topic. Till then, bye-bye.